kick it. So it sounds as though it's all good now for Abby Marshall, but that will get the heart rate up.
Absolutely, yeah, as she tries to find the neutral there to get it back in the running. Okay, revs rise, green flag at the back. Watch the lights is the cry. Hayden Smith wants to take the fight to Richard Hayward here. Anybody would like to take the fight to Kev Woolley. The lights go out. Mark Hager away quite sharply there. Everybody else safely off the line. They disappear off towards Richie's for the first time. And is that somebody actually giving Woolley a hard time for a change?
Yeah, it looks like Hayden Smith on bike number 52, who made a good start from the inside of the circuit at the front of row number 1. He was third quickest in race 3 across the weekend, so he starts at the end of row number 1, and it could well be Hayden Smith on that number 52 machine who led momentarily, because it now looks to be a white bike with the black leathers of Kev Woolley, who leads the way. And running down from Wilson's in towards Palmer's on the left-hander, and it is the 51 of Kev Woolley who has the advantage, and I'm sure that was the 52 of Hayden Smith up there. Yes, it was Hayden Smith. Then it's Mark Hager ahead of Richard Hayward, Tom Ridley. Damian Lee is up next on bike 26, and Paul Neild not too far away ahead of Mark Biswell on the Renter Racer.
Okay, coming out of Agostini's, indeed it is Woolley leading the way from Hayden Smith. There's Mark Haig up to third place. I can see Damian Lee in about 6th place. Obviously, he's another man who likes to get his money worth out of his entry there, as this is a second class he's competing in, and he moves up there 1 place, and he's looking to make it 2 places. Can he find his way up to 4th? I think he might be able to there.
Just out Tom Ridley on the approach to August.
Good effort there.
Yeah, 2 for the price of 1 there for Damian Lee.
Brilliant stuff. So they disappear off the back straight. Well, Kev Woolley disappears. And to be fair, Hayden Smith's starting to go with him just a little bit there. Mark Haig in third. He's a little bit of a towing game going on between Ridley and Damian Lee down the back straight there as they go under the bridge for the first of 7 times here. Woolley working it hard coming out of Nelson's. So smooth, so precise. He doesn't make mistakes, does he? He really is so metronomically perfect. Absolutely on the money. Here he comes in around corners. You want to learn how to ride a bike, any bike, let alone a little 2-stroke. He is the man to beat. We did hear from Pete that we've got the 100 machine being ridden by Mark Biswell. Mark starting in the middle of the field there. And this is a bike that anybody can ride. I think it's full for this year, but if you want to have a go next year, please do get in touch with the YPMs through Facebook, and they can put you in touch with the team running the rental racer as Kev Woolley comes across the line, a second ahead of Hayden Smith. Third place is indeed Mark Haig. It's Richard Hayward. I'm sorry, he's the other one in the mix there. It's Damian Lee just behind him. Then it's Tom Ridley, Paul Neild, Mark Biswell, Abby Marshall in the 9th, with Mark Summerfield rounding out your top 10 as the rest of the field make their way over the line. Everybody has completed the first lap. No one as quickly as Mr. Woolley, 2:13, 6.671 his opening bid. It's a brilliant effort so far from him, and I imagine he's going to punch those laps in lap after lap. Every race he finishes, he's on the podium, and usually it's the top step. Out of Agostini's he comes once again, pouring on the power. Hayden Smith, we know Hayden's a talented young rider, but he just doesn't have anything in reserve with his machine, and was Paul Whitby's machine, to be fair, or indeed anywhere else. Paul Whitby's still off injured. Did we get the update on Paul Whitby at all from Pete? No, I forgot to ask. Paul, if you're listening at home, we do still wish you a good recovery there.
So I'm interested to see the first split times here between Kev Woolley and Hayden Smith. They'll be coming through very shortly because they're going down the back straight. And Kev Woolley has just put enough distance between himself and Hayden Smith so that Hayden can't quite make use of the slipstream. And it's only 0.2 of a second, in fact, but that means that the gap has opened up to 1.2 between Woolley and Smith. I think that's just a little bit too much for the slipstream effect to come into play for Hayden.
I've got a feeling Tom Ridley might have moved through the field a little bit, just looking at the way the numbers went on and off there. We'll wait and see and get confirmation that when they come back around towards us, as Kev Woolley, as you say, opens up the gap just by another couple of tenths, but that's what it's all about. Just pour the power on. Third place starting to have a bit of a lonely race. I'm not sure if that is still Mark Hager. I don't think that is Mark Hager, actually. I've got to figure that's Mark Hager in 4th there with Damian Lee behind him. I think that could be Tom Ridley, exactly, because he seemed to have moved up quite a bit there as far as the timing lights go, but now I've got visual confirmation of it. I can confirm that is the case. So Tom Don't know where he suddenly found the speed from, but he turns in a 2:11, which is 2.5 seconds quicker than the people chasing after him at the moment. Kev Woolley, a 2:09.338, and it's a 2:09.695 from the man in second. You correctly assumed he's now 1.4 seconds or so behind the leader. Tom Ridley, good effort from him, 6.5 seconds behind, but he's got 2.25 seconds between himself and Mark Haig, the former race winner, of course. And Damien Lee, Richard Hayward losing a couple of places that lap, unfortunately for him. No other great changes down through the field whatsoever. The fastest man on the track, predictably enough, is Mr. Woolley K. He's already making his way up towards Hamilton. Let's have a look and see if the youngster is getting any closer at all. No, predictably enough. In fact, a long way back now, isn't he? So, yep, Smith looking good for another silver medal. He prefers the big shiny ones. Apparently Bruce Dunn was listening to us in the van on the way home there. He thinks it's a relatively easy fix with the gearbox there, but not one of those things he's going to rush, of course, because Bruce's preparation is absolutely immaculate. And he's very pleased to know that he actually claims the lap record as well. So over the line at the back there, it's the fastest, another purple there for Kev Woolley, a 25.613, which is nearly 2 seconds quicker than Mr. Smith. Hayden must have had a bit of a wobble somewhere around there, because it's not like him to lose that much time. The man in third has also gone a little bit quicker. That's Tom Ridley, but he's too far back to worry about challenging Hayden Smith as we look towards Corums once again. And here comes that Twist Grip Motorcycles, the sponsor, of course, not only of Kev Woolley, but also the sponsor of the class. 62 machine back to the paddock there, I heard there.
Yeah, that's it. That's David Patterson, who's returning back to the paddock, unfortunately, as Kev Woolley comes across the line, and it's a 2:09.338. In fact, that's what it was at the end of lap number 2, and it looks like there's a bit of a glitch in the matrix for Kev Woolley as he drops down the timing screen, but he most definitely is not dropping off of the circuit. 2:07.987 is his lap time.
That would have been a few hundredths away from the old lap record, but of course he already holds the new lap record, so he doesn't have to worry about the old one, does he?
4.2 seconds up the road from Hayden Smith, and Hayden is 6.9 seconds ahead of Tom Ridley. And pretty evenly matched on that previous lap with Hayden Smith and Tom Ridley. Only 0.3 of a second difference, but Ridley a 2-minute 11.139. That's his personal best lap of the race so far at the end of lap number 3. So 4 laps to go in this 7-lap race for the YPMs. Change of position as Mark Biswell finds his way through on Paul Neild, as Abby Marshall 4.8 seconds away from Paul Neild, but 22.3 seconds up the road from Mark Stubberfield, who puts in his personal best lap of the race on that previous lap as well. But he's got Colvin Turner and Darren Cooper for very close company, and Chris Whitlock posting his personal best lap time of the race on that previous lap as well. So we may have a fight here for the final Clubman podium spot, Keith, between Mark Stubberfield and Colvin Turner, because Colvin went 1 second quicker and is only 0.6 of a second behind.
Off you go, Colvin, see if you can get back on the podium there. Interesting you mentioned Chris Whitlock with his personal best fastest. He actually dropped 2 places on that lap as well, and he goes PB as well. Interesting stuff there. I was talking about PBs. Kev Woolley has set yet another one. The first sector there, a 24.942. So he was a few hundredths away from the old lap record. You just know he's trying to lower it by as much as he possibly can with the empty Snetterton track all to himself. Still that very big gap between himself and the second place man Hayden Smith. He's got nobody to play with as far as the slipstream game goes. Over the line he comes to complete lap 4. This time he does a
sorry, you've got to ride it down up at Murray's, unfortunately. And we'll keep an eye on that one. We're still waiting for the time to come through for
I
Kev
think
Woolley.
I know who that might be, but we'll get confirmation when they don't come through.
There goes Tom Ridley. He's across the line in
Mr.
second.
Smith, unfortunately, has gone AWOL. That's a great shame for Hayden, who's the cover boy. It's not a great way to end the cover. There we go.
Woolley,
there it is.
2 minutes 6.926.
That's what he was looking for. I knew that was what he was going for. And well done, Kev. A 2:06.926. No wonder poor old Smithy couldn't keep with him.
That's 1 second quicker than the old lap record.
Yeah, and it was a decent lap record as well. So
I mean, it stood for 6-7 years.
Yep, absolutely. Poor old Hayden Smith hasn't got an answer to that. And we look at those lap times as well, and that again is another one of those magic 4 seconds quicker than anybody else type lap record. So wow, what a lap time. 2:06.926. I don't know, in fact that lap record, I think,
go on,
that's within a tenth of a second. I haven't got it here. Maybe I have got it here. Hold on, I'm just thinking that might be as quick as the Open 500 lap record in the two strokes. Actually, I think it was a 2:06.8 that Bruce Dunn did, to be fair.
Good question.
It might be marked on that sheet because it'll be the highlight.
2:06.517.
517. Okay, so 0.3 of a second difference between a TZ and a TZR, and a well-ridden TZ as well. Now, I'm not going to claim Bruce Dunn's a muppet in any way, shape or form, because that's not his first lap record, and him and that bike are in simpatico. So a 2:06.9 on a TZR, and bear in mind that's a 40-year-old little old Yamaha two-stroke. Just shows you where we were in the 80s with bike technology, mate. We used to build good bikes back then. Loads of fun. Brilliant stuff there from Kev Woolley. He's going to come along. He's actually gone quite a bit slower in the first sector that time. He probably scared himself with that sort of pace. Yeah, no, well away from it now. 2:08.6, which in any other language would be absolutely flying, but it's nearly 2 seconds slower than his own lap record. And I tell you, talk about lap records, I just bumped into Dan Bray there. First time I've actually met Dan. He said, "Did I get a new lap record again?" And I said, "Yeah, it's brilliant stuff." He'll see it on the sheets, of course, but that 2:14.1 is genuinely very impressive. And I promise Dan will try and have a catch up at Donington in a chat, because I'm really, really impressed. So I've known Phil Atkins for many years, been watching him race and do some incredible things with motorcycles. So for Dan Bray to beat one of Phil Atkins' lap records is genuinely impressive. And Dan said to me he hopes that Phil does come out at Donington or somewhere, and he'll have somebody to properly race with as well, and that'd be great. It really would. We shall wait and see as we need another bike into the pits. That's Mark Biswell, unfortunately. Looks like the number 100 machine has come over all Italian, which is a great shame, because normally it is a peak of reliability.
Got some green flags showing at the exit of into the bomb hole, so on the exit of Nelson's. Can't see a yellow flag on the approach, but if there's a green flag on the exit, then somewhere along, oh, there we go, there's a rider who just outbraked themselves at the end of the back straight, rejoining on the slip road.
Somebody will be coming along quite slowly then and losing a little bit of time. Colvin Turner is still fourth in the Clubbins there, so a few places away from picking up another medal. Abby Marshall second of the Clubbins behind Paul Neal, 6.7 seconds, so looking pretty safe there for Paul. Most of the riders now completing 5 laps in this particular race as Kev Woolley comes round Corums for what will be the penultimate time. Yeah, Biswell dropping down the order there, and seeing if anybody else is going noticeably slower there, really. Yeah, Biswell's obviously lost some time, but no, not quite sure who that might be for. Maybe they didn't lose too much time by going straight on. PB that time round for Cooper as well. Woolley over the line, 2:10.082, so he really has hit the cruise control. Burned his fuel, maybe he's burned his tyres as well. Tom Ridley, though, he'll be on for a second place. That'll be a brilliant result for Tom. He'll be well pleased with that particular effort, I should think, as we look down the circuit, waiting for Mark Hay. Go on, mate.
Damien Lee, I said before the race got underway, we've had 3 different riders in third position across the races, and Damien Lee hasn't been one of them, and he's only 0.4 of a second away as they start the final lap.
Yep, and he's got the hurry up flag there, and you see them just going into Richie's there, into the almost the setting sun there. Richard Hayward comes across the line in a solid 5th place on the 27 there. Paul Neal over the line, 2.7 seconds back from him. Abby Marshall should be along in just a moment. There she goes aboard Len Whalen's machine.
So Kev Woolley is already round Williams and heading towards the back straight now. And as you said there, 2 minutes 6.926 is a quick lap time on any bike, let alone a, as you said, 40-year-old TZR 250.
A little old two-stroke. Yep, they don't build them like that anymore. That's called regulations and smoking and things like that, unfortunately. Yeah.
But he's already underneath the bridge and in towards the second split, and he knows he's got quite a healthy advantage in his rolled out of it. He's about 2.5 seconds away in that first split from where he was a few laps ago, but with like I say, 22 seconds lead, he can just bring
Hagen Lee very close indeed, I think. Just is that Hagen Lee? Sorry, no, it's a couple of the back.
Yeah, going down the back straight now.
Sorry, no,
Damien Lee's in the slipstream as they go.
Oh, yeah, he's going to work it. Is he going to be able to pull out? I don't think he's quite close enough. He didn't look as though he's gaining just enough. Oh, he's going to have a go, is he?
Mark Haig's got the line as they go into Brundles and Nelsons, but I think Damien Lee, he's not going to give up on this one because he wants to go away from Snetterton with a medal on the dashboard as Kev Woolley comes across the line to take the victory by however many seconds it is.
Or miles or years or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Ridley's going to bring it home safely in second. He's round Murray's and onto the straight now, but Damien Lee's looking strong on the rear wheel of Mark Haig. Is he close enough to make it?
Oh, he's going to go for it, is he?
It's going to be the slipstream here, Keith.
He's going to certainly give it a go. There goes Tom Ridley in second place. He'll be delighted with that. Who's it going to be in third? Is it going to be a change of third? No, it is Mark Haig who does indeed lead Damien Lee across the line by 0.3 of a second at the end. Right, we just wait for the last of the runners and riders then to make their way around to us. And then we're going to call it a day on this, the 5th round of the 2026 championship here for the British Motorcycle Racing Club. We'd like to thank everybody for racing with us this weekend. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Hope you've had a safe and fruitful weekend. We're going to be back at the end of next month. We'll be at Donington on the national circuit this time.
Sometimes the third national circuit for a lot of people as well. I need to, as ever, once again thank everybody in orange, everybody in black, everybody in red, all the people, all the volunteers who make this show happen in the background. We really do appreciate all the love and attention you give us, regardless of what you do. There are lots of jobs around here. If you'd like to get involved, please get in touch with the office. We're more than happy to have you along giving us a hand. I'd like to say thank you and good night on behalf of myself, Steve Rossiter, and of course my loyal colleague here. That's your boy, and Bradley, this is the last we're going to see of you until the end of the year now, you tell me.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
I thought you were only going to miss the next Donington and the next Capo. You mean I've got to be up here with a bunch of teenagers on my own next time?
As if that's a bad thing.
Yeah, it is a bad thing. Unfortunately, you've got child protection laws to think about. Right, I'll speak to you later, my friends. Take care, everybody. Good night.
All right.